Hello out there, folks on
Yo.
Twitch and YouTube.
Good.
We are making the connection now to the crowd on Facebook as well.
Let me log in.
And bam, we are connected. You're here with your main man, Wilson the Cosmic King. Happy Friday.
Cosplay Bay Nay.
And your boy Kenpachi.
Kimbo trying to finish a meal in here.
For real.
Oh,
Going in. I'm ready.
go
I'm ready.
in, go in, fam. You got a moment of rest and a moment to eat that meal because this is CnS Comics Tonight, and we are going to hit that intro.
I made it.
Did you make it happen?
I made it,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do.
Doing what you doing, Nate? I saw
eating.
you pop something in right as the intro was going out. I was like, she ain't gonna make it.
Who's next?
Ooh, okay. That was a good choice, though.
Yeah,
That's a good
I
choice.
looked. Everything else required me like I had popcorn. I was like, oh, doesn't take too long.
Do
Yeah.
something for that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one that eats food based on ease of opening and eating first. Like all the stuff that I can just pick up and eat is. That's why I keep fruit in the house instead of like
Mm-hmm.
Twinkies and stuff.
It depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm just chilling, I'll like literally get up and make a whole meal. I'm playing video games. If I'm playing video games, I'm gonna grab something quick, like a chip or something, you know?
Yeah.
Fold up a piece of cheese. Is
For real,
anybody
for
else
real.
out there midnight snacking tonight? I guess it's not midnight yet. It is still quite early. Shout out to my mom. She is always tuning in. Thank you, Mom. Miss your face. Love you. I don't care. I love my mama.
Speaking of which, how did her portrait come out?
Oh, we are
Her-
still working on that. We are still
Man,
working on
nice.
that.
Yeah.
There will be time.
sorry.
There will be time for reveal soon. We went with the nephews in a Dragon Ball pose,
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
like Gohan and Goten, because
Little Saiyans.
they're in
Yeah.
very similar age brackets.
It's funny too because I was literally just thinking about that today. I'm like, dang, like I've been like with all the drawing I've been doing, I'm like, man, I should really just knock this out right now. So yeah.
Hey, you've got a lot on your plate. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been working on? Because you've been grinding like extra hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like thank you. I've been working on like a lot of different stuff. I've been like doing some Mark Renee, too. I like that Shigo cosplay you made. That shit is dope. That shit is
Thank you so much.
fire. Yeah. Been working on some stuff for the Cosmic King Soul. Yeah, the philosophy design is looking really dope. And it's been like since I have like a lot of combat scenes and like fighting scenes coming up in my book, I've been trying to like practice more dynamic combat scenes and also like do more sketching to illustrate like some of the scenes in my book. So it's been like focused on like getting these pages done. I finally been able to get focused again, so that feels good.
Yep, that focus is a interesting thing.
Yeah.
I get to wear a lot of hats at least. So like if I lose focus on one thing, I can always
Yeah, shit.
grind on something else. And I'm reconstructing the homepage for you guys out there to check out later. Um, Stay tuned for that. Actually, learn some new things, interesting things I want to implement and do some design things. Learning. I like to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
I've been trying to
learner.
learn too, actually. Somebody got me hip to video editing app that I've been playing around with on TikTok. I'm not
Okay.
great at it.
But you're leveling up though, right?
But I'm trying to level up because I
That's
mean I
what it
can't get a
is.
better studio space at the moment. So got to do what you got to do.
For real. For real.
No doubt. I learned a lot of neat things. I love to mess with the video editing, but
Yeah.
sometimes, like, I got mad respect for people who are masters of any craft because you can get novice level pretty quick, but
Hmm.
like the curve from novice to the next stage is just. I think RPGs kind of be true, man. You can get to level 35 so easy, but if you want to be real,
Yeah. No, that's real. Yeah.
after 35, it's not easy no more. You got to get to 40 before you can do anything cool.
Man, that's real. Like,
Yeah.
that's why that's how I feel about with my art too. Because I felt like we were talking like last week, that like maybe like a week before then about like how I was feeling stuck because I feel like I've been like working on getting ready to like level up, but like I'm stuck in a place.
Mhm.
So that's kind of where I felt where like it's been like harder for me to like level up in a way. So like they've been putting in more work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you got to move to the next area or get in the hyperbolic time chamber. Something like you
For real.
must face challenges to be
Yeah.
to grow more power. It's weird, man. It's weird that life is actually okay. So I almost said life is like a video game, but really what it is like video games are made after life. So
Yeah.
my
But
my
like yeah,
favorite moments are moments where I overcame something. I encourage you all to face a challenge out there and crush that thing. Do it.
Yeah. Me too. Honestly.
feels good. Yeah.
I was like, Nay, you were like, yo, I'm gonna be a cosplayer, and then you did it.
For
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
The fact that I'm still doing it is really amazing.
Yeah. It's
Doing
still
it successfully and
for
like
real. Yeah.
Yeah,
inspiring
it's going
others to do
good.
it. Like it's a big deal.
It is. It is. It is. I think that's probably the most fulfilling part so far is that people have like asked me questions about how I started and what motivated me and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, I'm actually like impacting others' decisions. It's pretty cool, but
Right. For real
yeah,
though.
all for fun.
All for fun. Jordan out there agrees with us. The struggle is where the growth comes from.
Mm,
Um,
It
and
is
like
like
Kim was saying, like sometimes when you feel like you're up against that hard roadblock,
yeah,
if you can just push through,
yeah.
very relatable at this
it's
moment.
so hard. It's so hard, but just
Yeah.
do it. Like that last rep. Do that last rep. I believe in you out there.
Ooh. Gosh, now I feel a little pressure to complete 28 days of black cosplay because I've been slacking ever since con. It's just been kind of hard.
So close though. I know
I
there's
know.
Comic Cons, man. There's a lot. I'm excited. We had a great time at Virtuous Con. So
Right. Yeah.
I always do enjoy attending Virtuous Con. There were some fantastic panels. Um, got to see a lot of really cool creators and really successful people give you some origin stories. But we've got a Comic Con coming up in Durham, North Carolina. So for those of you who are in North Carolina or in the Southeast and down to travel to North Carolina, we'll be in the Durham area at Fantasy 2022. So that should be a
Nice.
lot of fun. Put a table up, get you some comics. Um, Really
Yeah.
excited about a lot of the different things we've been doing. We're actually in two more store locations as well.
I
So
know, that's
that's
what's up.
5 stores for
Mhm.
us.
That's what's up. Yeah.
We got on the other side of I-40. So if you're in North Carolina, we're starting to be everywhere in our home state. So thank you to the hometown crowds out there holding it down for CnS Comics.
Yep.
Keep telling your local comic book stores you want that because it does good for me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's been a big deal, man. We were having a lot of fun
For real, yeah.
going out there and getting to mingle with the peeps.
Yeah. Cons are super fun. and weird. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. Kind
It's
of
a
a lot.
lot.
Yeah.
What was
For real.
Katsucon? How was it this year?
So this is my first one, so I don't have another year to compare it to. And it definitely has had its pros. The cosplays are top tier. Like, to me, that's the reason I would go to Katsu, is to see the cosplays because they were phenomenal. Not great panels in my opinion. Not a lot of diversity. So I don't know. Didn't really care for that. It was nothing to do, nothing that I wanted to do, but sit around and
Like event
take
wise,
pictures,
but
cosplay.
the cosplay crowd was strong.
Yeah, panel's not great. But the venue is so nice. I don't know if they normally have it at the Gaylord at the National Harbor, but the venue is so nice. So I can understand why. Like if I was like a cosplayer who did mad props and was super canon, like I would definitely go there too because the scenes beautiful.
A lot of good photo ops.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Great photo ops. There's just like photographers walking around asking if
Yep.
you don't mind doing like a mini shoot for them. A lot of people trying to build their portfolios. I was able to connect with the girl that's local, so hopefully you got some good shoots coming soon.
Oh, nice,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Good to
yeah.
see some of the pics from there.
Hmm.
Did you see anybody you were looking to run into, or any particular cosplays that were like, yo, this one was just like, man.
Yeah, I saw some really. Oh, first of all, I gotta get into the One Piece cosplays because it was One Piece crazy. I
Oh,
saw
for real? I bet.
Frankie, and there was a whole Frankie family. With his
I saw that one. I
sisters
saw that one.
Oh,
with the
he
hair.
amazing. I
It
love
was
it.
so good. Yeah, it was really good. But I posted there was Cat Viper, there was a Dolphy, Whitebeard. They were all like
Somebody was Cat Viper. You
Cat
don't
Viper.
ever see people throwing
I
down
almost
like
cried.
these dope characters like that, though. I bet
Yeah,
that was a cool cosplay.
it was nice, and he kept his thing on like a
Ah,
majority of the
man,
time. I know
that's
he was hot.
gotta be hot.
It was kind of chilly though in DC this or Maryland this past weekend. I mean, at least once the temperature I mean, like, when it
Yeah, King
got
got cool.
yeah, it dropped significantly. There were a lot of cool people like mutuals that I was able to see, some that I missed. Just there was a lot going on, so it was easy to miss people there. It's a larger venue than the convention at Anime NYC, which is a lot larger, so easier to miss people for sure.
Oh,
But yeah, I met one that's my girl now. She's local, and we probably gonna be like this now.
Dope. Like, see, that's what it's all about,
that
right?
is,
Yeah.
The
yeah.
community. It's what I like about it. You run into somebody that you would never see otherwise,
Hmm.
and you find out that you have all the same taste in some genre of nerdom, but you would have nothing else in common. Like, you wouldn't frequent the same places. Like, you would
Hmm.
never see each other or bond except over your nerdom, and it's
Nope. And it
one of my
turned
favorite
out
things about it.
like
Brings it all
even
together.
aside, we have a whole lot in common.
Oh yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
let's see. Connect with your nerd friends out there.
Yes. Don't be like me.
Squad.
I'm so scared to talk to people from the internet. I like
I
get
mean,
really
keep a certain amount of internet
For real, like
weirdness.
yeah, like
yeah, I
yeah.
get like really scared to talk to people. I'm like, oh, I
I
don't
mean,
know
like within reason. I mean, within
them. Hmm.
some reason, you know what I mean? Like, be crazy out there, but yeah.
Don't click
Yeah,
any
y'all definitely be
suspicious
careful.
links. I need your help.
Oh gosh, I never click anything. I'm so bad. Somebody tried to send me like fan art, and I was so scared to click the link. I like sent it. I made Toby click it. Too scared.
Oh, Toby, risk it all for us. Risk it all for us.
For real.
Oh man, that's too funny. But understandable, 100% understandable.
Yeah, for real.
Mm,
Internet can be a little scary.
yeah,
But at the same time, you can meet some really cool internet friends too.
that's
So,
true. I can't wait to meet you guys in person, man. I feel like
For
I'm
real.
done.
oh, like I was telling you, we may be going to, I don't want to say it wrong again because you teased me last time.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that's down the street. I'll definitely go.
Gatorsburg?
It's,
Gaithersburg?
it's Gaithersburg.
Gaithers.
Gaithersburg.
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 Gaithers.
Yeah, when is
Yeah,
that
they
anyway?
got a pretty big like literary show type deal out there. So a lot of fun. Ma said she's going to come with us. So if you're still
Ooh.
down, Mom, we're going to make that happen.
Yeah, I'll bring Ash. We can have a whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
Mhm.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I always look forward to. I was trying to catch up with Kim before he got all the way to the West Coast. Now I'm gonna. Are you anywhere near the Grand Canyon? No, you're not.
Not right now, no.
You're on the top part. You're not in the southern part.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I like to
the
hike
Grand
a
Canyon.
mountain.
There's lots of fun stuff to do there.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the Grand Canyon is definitely on like one of the spots we want to go to, for sure.
For sure, man. A lot of neat stuff to see in this country, and you always plan to do it, and then all of a sudden, like, there was a moment where I was worried you might never be able to go do anything ever again, and I was like, what's going to happen to this? So it makes you really value people and your ability to all the things that you take for granted.
Yeah.
Be thankful for. Start your day with gratitude. I don't know why I feel so preachy today. I'm my cereal.
I'm here for it.
That's real though. Yeah, for real. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been feeling really grateful because we've had a lot of really positive experiences here for CNS Comics. Like just the amount of engagement and growth you guys are giving us. I think we're up to 31 or 32 people following the Kickstarter. I should put the link out more. I'm really going to come for you guys here soon and start pumping hard.
Yeah.
I've been a little passive aggressive here. I'm gonna be in your face with it soon, but I've been so excited and in the lab with Izu on the animation, and
yeah,
I'm hiding things from you that you're gonna really like to see. Just so you guys know out there. And we grow every day. Like there's a lot of learning with that, but the animation has me really excited. Issue 4 just looks great. Dope. Shout out to my main man Sash. He's thrown down a really good book, and I think it's gonna mess folks up a little bit when they read it. I got to be careful because I don't have a problem dropping spoilers
at all.
Don't do it.
I'll ruin you.
Do not do it.
If you want spoilers, you can always ask for them, though. I'll
hit him in the DMs.
For real, and be prepared because he does not hold back.
Yeah.
The community of like-minded folks. Shout out to my main man Jordan out there, because for real, it's like when you have the chance to bond over some kind of mutual joy, it's like when humanity is at their best is when we're like kicking it over something we love.
Yeah.
Fire plates of food, also something I'm a big fan of. In case you're wondering, I like to eat. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe I should have had a bigger plate at dinner, possibly. But
you hungry?
I've never asked you guys what are your favorite foods.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I eat a lot of different kinds of foods, like Indian.
You said
Thai,
you were thrown
sushi.
down in the kitchen, Kim. I didn't know you could cook.
Oh yeah. I'm the main cooker in my household. Yeah.
Throw down. Chef it up. All right, I know where I'm coming to get my plate.
Yeah, don't come here. I learned to cook in college. I had to.
Like cooking or like microwaving?
Like
things?
using the stove in college is when
you didn't use the stove until
No, I never cooked anything. And then I lived by myself and was like, damn, I gotta figure out how to use this.
I knew she was gonna
frying bacon at 3.
My
Really?
girl over there, she's like, what do you mean you're the main cooker?
Oh.
I knew she was gonna come for me too.
Getting the side eye.
Yeah, I know. She's like,
good night, Mom. Love you.
Good night.
Oh, yeah. Like was I in middle school or high school? I might have been in grade school, and I was making an omelet in the morning, and my mom said, you don't have time to do that. And I was like, I'm making my omelet. And she's like, but you don't have time. So when it's time to go, we're going to have to go. Nae's like, yes, these people don't be listening. But so I'm in here with this omelet that isn't done. But I'm even as a child, I was a stubborn and proud child. So I'm eating this omelet anyways because I'm determined that I was gonna have the omelet. And in the car, and I bite down. I have nothing but brothers. I have 3 brothers. I'm number 3 of 4. And I bite into this omelet, and the white, it just and I just burst into tears.
That is something.
And my brothers are just laughing at me. But I was so sad over that omelet. Oh my God.
Your mama told you not to make it.
That day.
For real, like
your mother. She said you didn't have enough time. I didn't listen. But man, I'll just never forget it. Just the uncooked egg squirting out the side, and my mom just shaking her head at her stubborn, bullheaded child, and my brother's picking and teasing and eating this raw omelet on the way to school. Oh, memories. Precious watercolored memories.
Good time.
Oh man, what a good time that was, though. I know you guys have got to have some crazy stories like that. Look, mom's like, that was a sad moment.
I don't wish to tell.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's such a joyful memory, though. I tell you what, that's one of the things that's weird about growing up and getting older, because I may not look like it, but I do age from time to time.
You don't look like it, actually.
That omelet was such a big deal, man. But like 30 years later, it's just something to laugh at. So remember that as you get older out there, younger folks. Sometimes that really sad moment might turn out to just be a pretty funny time.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta cry until you laugh.
Oh my goodness.
Even if it's 30 years later.
It made a sound. It was just not good, man.
I'm very visual, so I can literally picture that shit.
I'm thinking about it too.
And I'm like, bro,
I usually do pretty good in the kitchen myself, but that was not. So now here comes Easy Money popping up to say that it was the funniest thing ever.
Oh, he's in the comments.
Wow, Easy's finally here?
He's in the comments.
Get
He's
him.
not on the show.
Get him. Mug him for that. You come out here to laugh at me. You are
where you been at? You've been like,
to show your face to pick at me today. Shout out to the fam out there, though. I don't know. Anybody out there that's brave enough to share with us your funny memories, funny childhood memories, shoot them our way. I'll read that out loud. I'll keep you anonymous too. We can just read funny childhood moments for you, because I tell you what, we're country. We did some stuff. We were a trip. You get into some stuff, be out in the woods just doing stuff.
Yeah,
having a good time.
Well,
Wild times. That's where all my stories come from. The omelet. Like, see, everybody knows, man.
that is funny.
Jordan says he is a fan of feasting on the blood of his enemies and also macaroni and cheese with the burnt bits, which is that's a really important tidbit.
That is
the burnt bits.
Yeah.
That
that's
edge,
the best part.
You need it.
I do that too with rice too. I leave it on just enough so it's crispy on the bottom.
And it's got that popcorny, toasty taste almost.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. They do that in the Dominican rice. I love me some Dominican food for that. I wish we had a good little Dominican spot around here. I know that I was like, we don't have a ramen shop. Turns out we do have a place called Fun Bowl. It is delicious. Shout out to Fun Bowl in Wilmington, North Carolina. I'll be back to see you soon for more of that pork belly. And I will eventually use chopsticks in a way that's less embarrassing.
It's hard though to use chopsticks with ramen. It's hard.
Only if you can't use chopsticks. I think that's just a testament to my lack of skill.
I don't know. Because with sushi, it's like so much easier.
Right?
Probably because it's larger though.
I can do sushi all day.
Grab them.
Yeah, it's
but you're supposed to be able to pick up an individual grain of rice.
That's true. I cannot. Oh God, I'm so bad at rice.
I start scooping, and I know that's not right.
That's like if you're from the motherland.
Like you got the real skills.
Yeah.
Well practiced.
For real, yeah.
I'll be holding my own with the ramen though. like
Yeah.
in the chopsticks. But I've been trying like pretty hard. I've been
Like
practicing.
practicing.
I've been practicing.
I be eating it like Naruto. I just hold the bowl up and crushing because it's so good and so
It is.
delicious.
Yeah, it
Few
is.
things are as good as
Yeah.
a spicy bowl of ramen.
Mm.
I want to sweat a little, have a little bit of a runny nose going where you got to sniffle in
Oh
between
yeah,
bites.
that's the best part.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's delicious.
Man, I really like soup though, to be honest.
Oh, just the broth?
just generally. But yes, the broth
Oh,
is like
yeah.
one of my favorite parts, other than like the meat. That's also the best part.
It's
But
funny you say that because like as I get older, I'm liking more soup too. Like it's just like
yeah.
it's like it's not heavy. It's like it's like I feel you, Nate, for real. I really fuck with
I
soup.
don't have any
I do,
teeth,
though.
so I'm a huge fan of
You got no teeth.
soft foods.
Soft foods, at this age.
I didn't start brushing twice a day in time. Kids, if you're watching out there, which I don't think you should be at this hour, but just in case you see the replay, 2 times a day and after meals.
Yeah. It
You
makes
really
a difference.
don't get another set, dude. And if you live a long time and your teeth start falling out early,
No bueno.
steak get hard to eat.
Or you
Not
just
what you
have
want.
bad teeth. You have them, but they're just terrible.
Yeah.
You work hard to brush those.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Unless you're a millionaire and you can just replace them.
You should still take care of your stuff. Don't be wasteful. Just you know what I mean? Come on, man.
You know what I'm
These are
saying? People
teeth
like
we're
to flex
talking
their
about.
money.
But it would be pretty cool to be like Jaws from was that what he's called? No, was he
I don't know,
Hammerhead? What was his name in Spider-Man? What was the Spider-Man villain that had the teeth?
You lost me.
Come on, man. Wasn't there a
Scor-
Spider-Man
Teeth.
villain?
Kim.
Was it Scorpion?
No, Scorpion had the whole suit. Was there a Spider-Man villain with the teeth? Or is that Tombstone and he just had a big square head?
Tombstone had a big ass square head. He
He was the vampire.
teeth.
I swear there was somebody with teeth, though.
I mean, Morbius was in Spider-Man, but
That was the vampire.
that was a
Did
vampire.
I just put a Bond villain in Spider-Man?
Maybe you think about Crocodile from Batman. I don't know who has teeth.
Which was a
Spider-Man?
cool villain.
Anybody know?
Crocodile
No, for real,
versus Lizard. Who do you got?
The
in that?
lizard. The lizard. is
Dr.
Spider-Man.
Lizard or the crocodile?
Crocodile.
I feel like I'm going with Crocodile too because he's meaner and wants to hurt you.
He
more, I
lives in
think.
the sewers. Like he
do live in the
yeah,
sewers.
like
He doesn't just hide there.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
his
Yeah. Like
spot.
but he's that's all. So he's a savage. I, feel
I
like
did
he
just
carries that
insert a Bond villain into Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Thank you for that.
stuff. No,
Jordan.
the lizard is actually in Spider-Man. The professor?
Yeah, but Jaws isn't. Jaws was like
Jaws
a
ain't,
villain from the Bond movies, but he did have big silver teeth, which maybe one day when you guys turn the Tales of the Stars animation into one of those billion-dollar empires like LucasArts because you love it. I'll get me some of those big giant. I'll get that. I'll finally get a grill, but I'm gonna get mine like an anime character.
You ever notice like anime characters are like villains that are like the most like terrifying? All like have something related with teeth where they're either like sharp or they'll bite the shit out of you with it.
Pointy teeth.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
boy
they do.
from is it Fire Force? He's got pointy teeth, but he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Crazy
looks like a
smile, but
bad
he's
guy,
got the crazy, like usually that's a mean person smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Why doesn't Fire Force get more love?
I don't know, man.
No
Is
comment.
it that bad? It seemed exciting at first. I didn't get very deep in.
No, and
Decent concept.
Well, you didn't get that deep in. Why is that? Let's start there.
exactly. That's a good question
Let's
because like
start there.
don't get me wrong, the animation is good.
Animation is good.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Why
something
didn't I
something
keep
about it. I don't
watching
know.
it? I
It
guess
was
I just
something-
found better things to watch.
I think that it was incredibly slow, like way more than the 5-episode threshold that I personally give most animes. It just really took a
Yeah.
long time to pick up. And for a little bit, I couldn't really figure out who was the bad guy. I don't know. But I heard
sometimes that could be a good thing, right? If you can't
That's
figure
true.
out who's who, but it just clearly it didn't work well for you. And like
Just
you
me,
called
I
me
don't
out
know.
because you were like, well, why didn't you keep watching? And I was like, I don't know. I guess it just didn't. No reason for it. I don't know. I didn't.
Because like
It does look really cool though.
It does.
Every
It does
time I
look
think
really
about it, I'm
nice.
like, oh, it's cool looking.
because for
I'm
me,
gonna try
like,
it again though, because I heard it picks up really good in season 2.
It gets
does
good.
it?
That's what I heard. I don't know. You
Yeah,
know,
I
people say
like fire. I like anything fire related. So I thought that I was on the train as soon as it departed. But like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just fell off. I don't know. It was one of those anime where like I got excited to watch it, but as soon as I stopped watching it, I never thought to go back to it.
See, I think that's what happened to me. Like, there's just other things that I would turn on first, and I scroll past it all the time. I'm like, oh, I should
All the
watch
time.
that, but I don't ever click it.
You sure don't.
I got to learn from that. I want to make sure that I'm not the one that doesn't get clicked. I want to get clicked.
For real.
There was
Click
something-
mine.
I was
No,
thinking about
Yeah,
another.
it's true. Killer Croc versus Lizard. Everybody had Killer Croc. Jordan's got
Yep.
Killer Croc.
Easy. Yeah.
That does seems like it should be a good fight, but once it got going, you would realize it wasn't, because Croc would just start wrecking, dude.
Because Killer Croc, he's been a Killer Croc forever. Lizard dude
He's
was
a
a
fancy
human.
doctor,
Yeah,
living
exactly,
a rich
bro.
life,
Literally going from like
university professor, giving speeches.
like a fight
They
between
didn't
like
show him in the gym or nothing, learning.
yeah, like a fight between like
Bravo
a middle school teacher and a
Muay Thai.
boxer.
Yeah, no doubt. I just see him like backbreaking
Literally,
the
he was
lizard and then
fucking-
biting his
he was
throat
messing
out
up,
and
yeah,
throwing
he
him
was-
away like, I am the real reptilian. All right, I'm gonna need somebody to make this happen. If there are would-be animators, indie animators out
That'd be
there,
crazy.
somebody. I've seen some really good fights thrown together on YouTube of characters that don't really. Somebody do that with Lizard and Croc. I'd like to see like
like a
the
death battle.
right death battle with counterparts from the universes. I think that would be exciting because there's almost a 1-to-1 for everything DC and Marvel.
There is though. Like,
Let's watch them
Have you
pull
never
each
heard
other
of
apart.
I think it's like there's a thing called Death Battle by Screw. I think it's by Screw Attack, isn't it? No, maybe not. But there's a show on YouTube where people put together like there's one where it's like Batman versus Spider-Man, who would win, and
Yeah, but I
sure-
want to see the actual fight. Do they do the actual fight where
they
they
do the actual
actually
fight.
do it? Because I've
Animated.
seen Saitama essentially fight the Hulk in like 10 different battles, but
no, they animate the
that
whole
one
fight.
was cool.
Yeah. Shit, let me see.
That sounds cool.
Oh.
Well, we do have ourselves a special guest tonight as well. We are cutting up, but we aren't cutting up alone in the trio. We have a very good friend of mine, Jason Michael Primrose, who is the mind behind The Lost Children of Andromeda. This is 2050Z. I also have the OG as well. I didn't break it out this time, but I got Zosma too. Before I go too crazy, let's bring my good brother out so that we can celebrate all the great things that he's got going on, because he does more than just create amazing literature for the world. He engages his community directly and helps it grow. He's a participant in the indie community and a supporter of everybody doing big things. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's my main man, Jason Primrose.
What's up?
What's up?
Hi, what's up?
I know you're still
Hi.
traveling
Yo, yo.
because you're a West Coaster, and when you say you're on the road, like you guys can't go from one place to another in 15 minutes like I'm used to in my little small living.
No, not at all. Not even close. 15 minutes will get me like a mile, maybe.
Oh,
Dang.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Sounds
well,
like
happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
for
so glad it's Friday.
Did you have one of those weeks too? Like, whew.
It's been 2022. Like, not in a bad way. Like,
Different.
there's a different energy. Like, I feel like everybody's really pushing beyond like their limits and their comfort zone. And when you do that, all the unknown things show up like at the same time. So it's been like, oh, I took this really big step, and now all the stuff is showing up that's part of what I wanted that I didn't know was gonna come with it.
Mm.
You know, it's like the I don't know. I don't know. I have a good example,
The
but
unknown unknowns.
the unknown
Like you
unknown.
planned for all this stuff and you did it exactly like you were supposed. It's not like your plan was bad. It went
Yeah.
exactly like you thought
Right.
it would,
It went
except for the
great.
thing you didn't
Successful,
expect.
and that's the reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Exactly. It went great, and so
Super
yeah, it's just
good.
been cool. It's been cool though. So yeah, I'm like happy it's Friday, but I'm flying up to Sacramento tomorrow for the Comics Verse event that Impound Comics is throwing.
Right.
The
And they're
first
doing
Comics
big
Verse Sac.
things. West Coast throwing down over there.
Huge thing. They've got like a live action movie there.
What?
I've seen the trailers, man. It looks so exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Trace is a powerhouse. Trace is a powerhouse. He got his chops in music first, so he knows a ton of different artists. And he really wrote an authentic story about like a superhero from Sacramento. And like in the comics, they use really real buildings from there, and it's like a real
City
homage to that
embraces
city.
him and loves him. He's put up a shop right there in the middle of
Yeah.
Sacktown as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that's
That's
like the
cool.
epitome of like taking it back to the community. You know what
For
I
real
mean?
though,
Yeah.
for real
Yeah.
though, yeah.
So
I
That's
love
really
that
cool.
about being MD and having that opportunity to build up right
Yeah.
where you what built you up, right? So
yeah.
it's a big deal to return that. I know that's a big deal for you as well. I've witnessed with my own eyes how much effort you pour into the community around you, and I always find it impressive the challenges that you're willing to take on to drive betterment that isn't necessarily for yourself. They say like your society is at its pinnacle when people plant trees to make shade that they'll never experience, and I think that seeing people do that is inspirational to me.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
doing that. Thank you for being that
Definitely,
type of
man.
person.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing me. I think what we're doing is like it's so revolutionary. Like there's never been a time where indie creators could thrive quite like this, and we're watching, people like Godhood and Bitterroot and Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, really
Sebastian out there and
Sebastian,
Stranger
Stranger Comics,
Comics doing
absolutely.
huge things.
Yes, and it's like, I think what I always wanted people to see was that it was possible. Like if you really put in the work and really focus on like great storytelling and worked with the right partners and got the right support and just really put yourself out there, that like it could be whatever you really wanted it to be. And so some people want it to be this, film, TV deal. Some people may just want to get the series out there. Some people are good with like, oh, I just want to write comics for the rest of my life, which I think they're all amazing because they're just touching people in different way with these stories.
Yeah.
Yes. I know.
Have you actually been reading? Because I saw where the bookmark was.
You
and I got
told me
really
not
excited.
to read until the book club started again. So I'm sitting
Oh,
here on
come
the same
on.
page you told me to be on. What's
Come
your
on,
potential?
Wilson.
Connecting people, spreading joy, creating, telling stories, empathy. Because I thought we were getting back with the group, and
We
the
are.
live
It's just-
experience of it is a real deal. I have cheated myself and read pages past this, but I kept
It's
my
okay if you-
bookmark where
it's
we
okay
left
if you
off
finish
as
it.
well.
It's okay if you go ahead and finish it. We'll come back to it. So
I
the
will
thing
finish. I'm much further along than the bookmark, but I've kept one bookmark where we left off with the group so that I know where we're at.
Okay. All right.
But
That's good.
it reads a lot faster than I thought it would. You have a way with pacing, and again, just the direction you come with all the characters is I think character driven storytelling works for me because it allows me to connect where I'm in the story. Like I'm not high level outside of the story. You're with that character like shoulder to shoulder. And I like that perspective that you take in the writing. But I also want to discuss how you've taken yourself and broken yourself up across so many different characters, right? Like in a way, there's something about writing something like this that is self-exploration. Is there something like that for you? Was that really what the journey was about, was self-exploration, because it really feels like really diving into, because the characters are, the way you approach each character, it's like there's a very important part of them that you communicate, and each character has this very core thing to them, that, and I'm giving no spoilers because you can get this, tell us everywhere you can get it also, because like you should be reading
Yeah.
sci-fi like this.
I think so. Amazon, Barnes and Noble. I don't know that a lot of indies have it yet. And then I have it on Instagram shops and my website as well. You can buy it directly from me. And at Comics Burst, if you're in Sacramento this
Yeah.
weekend, I'll have a few copies
Backtown.
signed
Kim's the
copies
closest.
there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. Uh, First of all, thank you, because like that's probably the thing every author has ever wanted to hear in their lives, especially novelists, because you really have to like get into the story to really get into the story.
Yes.
And I appreciate the pacing comment, because when you write a book that large and editors are like, you should really cut a little bit out, and I'm like, I don't know. I have to like trust myself that like
Yeah.
I told the right amount of story for the book that you're going to get into. And
Mhm.
even if that's not industry standard, or, J.K. Rowling waited until 8 books later to do that, I'm like,
No,
well,
for
that's
real.
her. And we're still good. So, so I appreciate that it doesn't feel long, because I didn't want it to feel long. I wanted it to feel like, and you're following multiple journeys. So I think it would have been
Right.
shorter if that wasn't
That's
happening.
why it doesn't like it all feels together, but because you switch perspective, it's like reading a new story
Feels
at the
fresh.
same time. So it is refreshing. So like you hit a point where you switch characters, and you were about to put the book down, but now you can keep reading because
Yes.
you
Yeah.
just changed. So now we got
By the way, don't ask me why I chose to do like the hardest version of novel writing. Like everyone was like, "Don't do multi-character POV." Like that is like your first. This is the first time, first set of books. It's the first set of books I've written. Why would you do that to yourself? It's so much harder to follow the threads of a character journey when I'm stringing along like 4 at a time. But I think it was totally self-exploration. Like I wrote that book during the pandemic mostly, right? The first drafts I finished in 2019. Sent it to an editor in February 2020. Got it back in mid-March around the shutdown. And from the feedback that person gave me, and then what was happening in the world, like, and then what I was exploring in myself, it just became like a completely different writing experience than I'd ever had before. And not only was I looking at myself, like reflecting on myself, but then other people were reflecting on themselves, and I was observing that. And that's why when I see when I like you read about characters like Lisa or characters like Florence,
Del Mar.
it's part of me, but it's really more the depth of somebody else that I like got to witness or experience, and that's why I feel like it feels authentic to them, that character. Whereas Alistair is definitely me. So if you
Oh,
read Alistair,
100%.
you know like that's Jason's journey. He's been afraid of his power. He's slowly claiming it, and like I just said earlier, I don't know what that looks like, and all the surprises that come with doing that are things you navigate with kind of this level of tension and determination. So, but then with Lisa, Lisa was like really fun to write. Lisa was really fun to write, and
Now
really
tell
just
everybody where it's okay to talk a little about Lisa, because we get her pretty early, and tell about a little bit about her introduction into the story.
yeah. Lisa is I saw Lisa as that like strong, like BIPOC woman that carries the weight of an organization on their shoulders and is somehow completely responsible, but not the leader. And the pressure of that, and then also the intense desire, knowing that like I am the leader. Why can't I just be? So Lisa is very put together, the way you'll notice, like when you read about her, the way she is meticulous about everything and not a hair out of
I think
place.
there's a
The
good
form
picture of
always
her
crisp.
sitting nice and clean.
That might
That
be
isn't.
Florence.
Is that Flo?
Yeah, that's Florence
No.
on the 8 track. Um, but
Don't you have one
Lisa,
of Lisa in Fury? There's a lot
yeah,
of good graphics in here. Oh
it'd be
God.
like around chapter 19. Around chapter 19, it'd be a good
Sorry, I
spot.
just came across this and now I'm distracted. Forgive me. But
Oh
this
yeah,
is also something that you get from the book. It's a novel. It's really a novel, but you will get pieces of just fantastic
Yeah, that's
art
beautiful.
sprinkled in as
Yeah, it
well.
is.
so Lisa, she knows she's powerful. She's been told. She's also been told that her power is dangerous. And so she spends, when we first are introduced to her, what we're seeing is uh, her wanting to maintain control of a situation that she doesn't really have control over, while also kind of keeping her abilities in check as she's, you know, navigating these very tense situations. So whether it's a conversation with Florence or a conversation with her father, you'll notice like the table will rattle or like the light will flicker off, and it's like her slipping, and she's like, "Gotta check that." Um, so yeah, it was really interesting to write like what she's up against, and just seeing, but having seen that in the world, right? Seeing it in my mother, seeing it in my friends, seeing it in like my sister, in anyone like aunts,
That
colleagues, all this stuff.
description of being completely relied upon without the authority of leadership.
Yeah.
Like you just have to keep saving everybody, but you can't really save everybody like you would if only you just could you could do it if they'd let you do it. That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. A lot of observation of the world around you went into this book as well. And I see, you just spoke about so many big and deep influences for you in your life and how you pay homage to that and reflect that through your writing. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, thank you.
I got caught up looking. About to flip through here and just start showing you guys some pics because pics don't spoil necessarily. Some of them might,
No, you got
but
to be careful 'cause
you
some
you
stuff.
were talking about Flo though, and she do be
Florence
bad.
Florence is definitely the like Florence is one of those characters that probably would get a spinoff, I think. People really like that character a lot. She's super confident. She's kind of like, I don't need this and I don't need you. Like, I'm good. Um, she gets tested in her own ways, throughout the narrative. But what I really like Florence is like she chooses herself, so she's always going to be the one that's like,
Yeah.
if it's you or me, it's going to be me.
Mhm.
That's
So I really like that about Florence, but it also makes her a little bit controversial from a loyalty perspective, right? When it
Yeah.
comes to Alistair. Um, so yeah, so they have an interesting relationship. And one of the other things I wrote about here, which some people may not catch the nuance of it, like especially if you're not of the from the culture, I would say, is the relationship between Alistair and his mom and Alistair and his dad. Uh, is not I wanted to have a somewhat positive father son dynamic, like something where there was like reverence and honor between them, even though they're not like living in the same time. Uh, and this also, and at the same time, write about the struggle that mothers go through trying to protect sons like Alistair from a world that's like basically at its end, and still finds a way to like vilify, people that are different, people that are powerful. Um, and so, but the but having them discover each other, Alistair and his mom throughout the novel was like part of it. It's like, how can we heal that? How can we heal that trauma by really finding a way to see each other, not necessarily as like parent and child, but as like fellow humans. So
Yeah.
um, that was another thing, and that came from exploring absolutely 100% having a deeper relationship with my mother, even deeper than before the pandemic. So that was a big influence too. Being able to write her story in was
Like directly in also.
like it's like
Right.
Dolores is my mother.
He's not saying I wrote my mother in and she's like low key in there. No, like she's in there by name as herself essentially, which is I think pretty cool.
Yeah. And the character looks like her, and we drew her as my mother, and
That's cool.
Yeah, that is.
I've been seeing the well, it looks like you want to do a live action. You don't got to be a spoiler. Don't do spoilers. I know that I'm bad for this, but
I'll tell
DM
you
later. I'll DM you later.
But let's just say I'm working on a project that could potentially expand the universe in a way that I could only have dreamed, and it is taking like everything in me to actually do that.
Keep pushing.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
it's
really exciting.
People notice. We see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely.
I was like, when I posted that one, the little animation that we did,
like where you're showing the district, which
yeah,
right.
I like geek out every time we get a new piece of artwork from the team. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like moving into a whole new territory. It's really exciting.
Oh, I'm definitely excited to see where the animation and the framing that you're doing goes. It looks like it's gonna be some really cool stuff.
Actually, can you play stuff on here?
Yeah. If you put it in there, I can put it up.
I want to send you something that we did. Hold on a second.
Do it. We're getting lucky tonight.
Yeah, this is exclusive.
This is why you guys should tune in. Thank you for tuning in.
For real.
People stop by and share the coolest stuff with us. And this is really an excellent read. I suggest you grab it from Amazon or whoever you purchase from. Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can't have mine.
Did you see it?
What did you send it to? I didn't see what you
put
in
up.
The
chat.
It's in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I see.
So we are opening up the Discord to start to introduce this new project. And we got to make a little kind of video in the vein of Sync.
Oh, okay. We're loading up now.
Yeah, so I'm really excited.
Look, let me just say the Sync terrifies me. I'm telling you, as they try to actually roll it out in the world today, I will not be for the Sync.
You gotta get the Sync. The Sync is the gateway to 2052. So this is the thing, because we're working on this project, and I was like, okay, Sync has its own. In 2052, Sync is not the best thing ever. But the thing is that Sync was not originally like that. Sync was invented by a French African scientist who wanted to bring the world back together. That's why he made it Sync, and that's why he said, when we're synced, we're one. Now, when he gets murdered, and, in 2048, Sync takes a little bit of a different turn, but it originally was very altruistic.
That's how a lot of good things go bad, but that's how they go bad.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've been a science fiction kid for a long time, and you always say no to that. That's the thing you always say no to in the science fiction. Nope. I don't want to be like the Borg. Become one. No, the Borg is here.
there may be a world where the evolutionaries take Sync back. I don't know. We'll have to
don't give too much away. Leave us hopeful. I appreciate you always leaving us hopeful. So we're here. I'm getting, I feel like, an exclusive view here, and if it's not just only special just for me, I'm gonna still act like it is.
It is. This has never been seen. It's never seen.
What? Okay. See, I knew we were getting something like that. Y'all ready for this?
Yes, let's do it.
I'm gonna hit the button. Oh,
Wow.
That
that
is
is
dope
so
for a
Yeah,
OP.
that was
Discord
really dope.
invite.
Oh,
For real.
it
For a
made me
Discord
like the
invite?
glitching when
Damn.
it does the glitching.
I know
That's
the
what I'm
glitching was
saying.
dope.
I
Yeah, that's
can't
dope.
get down with the sync. I might be like one of
The
those
glitching was
crazy,
dope.
like
Yeah.
they're out there eating raccoons in the woods type of people.
Oh my god.
Like, no, don't plug me in.
Oh my god, so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, that was so good. I like I was like what's
Yeah, that
happening?
was
What's
a
coming?
dope song.
That's a song from the soundtrack. We had
Please.
that's an original 2050Z song from. Did you get to the part? Well, where are you at, honestly, Wilson?
Let's see.
Oh man.
Let's
I am
see.
on no further.
He's at the bookmark.
I'm on 15.
15. Okay, you haven't
That's how
gotten
I know.
Oh, chapter 15.
That's how I know about
Mhm.
how you roll.
Oh, got it. Okay. Wait, what happens in chapter 15?
I don't
Oh,
know yet,
wait,
so
wait, wait.
don't go
Who,
too deep in on that. You can talk about things before that, but not this is like actually where I pick up.
who's the narrative in that one? Is that XBA?
What do you mean? For this one? 2 nights
Yeah.
gone. Dolores hadn't heard a word from Alistair.
Oh, you
Like
haven't
it's
read that chapter
actually
yet?
on D-Lo on this one.
Oh wow, that is.
Should we read a little? Because I'm okay reading from
I
here because
mean, that
everybody
chapter
else
is
is
pretty
all right.
intense.
Too
That chapter's
much?
pretty intense. No, go ahead.
I'm gonna put the narrator voice on for you too.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
2 nights gone,
Audio
and
book.
Dolores hadn't heard a word from Alistair. She stood in the alley between 2 sky rises, Riser Town, visible in its range of gray shades and backlit by an emerging gibbous moon. She had her hands on her hips, foot tapping as she waited for her son's best friend, a scrawny 17-year-old named Quigglesworth, to answer her question. Well, she pressed, I could always count on y'all getting yourselves scanned in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden you're telling me you don't know where Alistair is. All right, so I just got to say we've all been caught up in a moment like this where you're trying to cover for your boy.
Yep.
And they moments
Somebody
happen.
getting a whooping. Somebody, she's already tapping. Somebody getting a whooping. And for those of you who don't know, like they came up in the district together, and the district is not a happy place. Like you can live and you can get by, but you're never going to thrive and you're never meant to prosper or grow in the district. It's just by design a place you go to be forgotten. And that's what all the youth here are dealing with. And I think that that's an easy connection. That was an easy connection for me. And it will be an easy connection for most readers to you'll hit and you'll be like, that place where nothing good can come from, but you've got to make something good out of it. So just to hit you with that, that's where these kids are coming from. And getting scanned is not good. It can get you murked. So it's not like, oh, I got scanned. Ooh, no, it's I got scanned and a robot murked me. On site with prejudice because you don't count like that. So certain number of scans, you get a ball. It's just like that. Like, I mean, you set up a pretty grim start for your boy Alistair. And I can't really blame his squad for being mad at him either because they kept trying to ask you not to do. All right, let me stop. Because he was, I mean, why you? I get it though, because it's like you said, the exploration of Alistair's power. There's this temptation for him. It's like he's drawn to trying to use it, but nothing good ever seems to come from him using it. So it's interesting. Oh man, I just saw the time. See what happens when you get to having a good time. All right, I'm finishing at least this page because y'all need to experience a little more of this with me because this is a live experience. Quigglesworth fidgeted with his tattered clothes. He stammered. She knew he knew something and was trying to hide it. Otherwise, the answer would have spilled right out. She'd seen the same sheepish look, those same downcast eyes every time Alistair tried to get away from something he had no business doing in the first place. Well, she asked again. His potentials. Quigglesworth finally blurted out. She stiffened at the word, at his knowledge of it. His what? His potentials, the teen repeated. Alistair, think he used them in public. Saunders saw it on the sink share, went around talking about he was right. I didn't want to believe Alistair to do it. I told him to keep cool, but now... His voice trailed away. Dolores tried to keep the anger pushed down so her next words came out even and not as a shriek loud enough to wake the drones. Show me. I can't. He looked up at her quick, his voice not shaking or cracking for the first time. CGN, they took it down. No archives, no history, nothing. It's gone. Saunders said his uncle said they took Alistair in. He lowered his voice to a whisper. To the EFD. Again, she forced the calm into her voice. Is that so? Oof.
I like that.
Now I gotta go sit down and read because my boy was just getting hemmed up.
Oh my
Going,
God.
he was going ham. Just so you know, Alistair was out there going ham.
It sounds like it.
Will you message me after you finish the chapter? Because it gets...
Oh man, look, I'm so amped right now because I was like, oh shoot, because Quigglesworth, man, that he's a good friend, even though he mad at Alistair, and understandably so. He seemed like a good friend to me, man. Like the district had, and I feel like I'm not going to get to stay in the district anymore, but the district had a special bond that you can only have coming from a place like that. Like even the people you don't like, you still got that bond. Like you'll always have come from the district. So I imagine no matter where you go in life after coming from the district, just knowing somebody came from the district is enough to connect with them on certain things that you know they too must understand because they too come from the district. And there's things that means. Man, that was for an opening page to a chapter. That boy good. That boy good.
You
Jason
you brought
Primrose, ladies
you
and
brought
gentlemen.
all of like the energy and like wow.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
That reading was
I
spectacular.
was just reading what was in there. That was just what you wrote down. Whew.
So good. So good.
I feel the palpitations. Oh goodness, man. Because this poor mama, she wants to cry, she wants to scream, but she doesn't get to do any of that.
I know.
And that just seems to be always where they press her. Alistair kept pressing her there in the beginning of the book. She's pressed there again in that spot. She was pressed there in that flashback where she just has to grit and bear it. And that is rough because somebody's got to be strong right now. And it looks like it's got to be Mama Bear again. I got to see where that one goes. I'm going to read this weekend. I'm going to give me some more chapters, and I'll probably finish that chapter tonight because the chapters, like, you'll eat up a chapter once you get going. So,
yeah.
Whew.
Oh, man. Thank
That
you.
was
All right.
Awesome.
Dang. I know y'all don't want to end on that out there, guys, but I'm sorry. We only do an hour for the show. It was a fantastic time tonight.
Yeah.
Jason, my brother. I always enjoy every opportunity I get to kick it with you. I see the sun starting to set on you back there in the western sky.
Yeah.
I appreciate you stopping on the side of the road, taking this time with us tonight. And what a
Thank you
book.
for having me. We do need to go live again because we need to catch up on what you got going on.
Yeah,
I've been loving your animations and
Thank you.
music.
We
and
do a little something
stories.
out there. We do a little something. But man, I know you guys are over there. I see your faces. Like my co-hosts are like that.
Yeah.
I want to know what happens
No,
after
for real.
that.
No, for real. No.
Pretty
no, for
sure
real.
that got everybody.
that
Right
Yeah,
there,
you got
right?
me.
Oh.
Post shower.
Now I'm trying to figure out what he did.
No, for
Right.
real.
Like I'm gonna
Oh,
read,
yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
I love
read
the
that
storytelling,
page.
man. I love the
Yeah,
storytelling,
look, man, I'm trying not to be a spoiler. I got to take us off the live, guys, because I'm about to start ruining things for people that haven't had a chance to pick it up because I have no shame, but I want to talk about it. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another wonderful Friday night with us and the crew. Thank you to our special guest, and you guys have a wonderful weekend out there.
Thank you.